Hello everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene. It is the morning of Monday, and this is a bcast. I will be doing a vlog, of course, as well. I wanted to, first of all, apologize to you about yesterday's outbursts. As you know, I was very disappointed we didn't get a lot of snow in Winsted. We got so little snow, it was just barely a dusting. And it was just so depressing, because it was like, oh really, I was hoping we were going to get snow, and we didn't. And I took it out on you guys, and I'm sorry. And I wanted to explain some of the other things real quickly that's going on in my life right now, because we will be doing our budget review on Friday of this week. So right now, we're waiting for a couple more credit card payments to come through, bills to come in, and then we can give you an accurate snapshot of where we stand. But at this point, I'm frustrated, I'm depressed, and I really don't know what I'm going to do, because, as I mentioned on the Friday night blog, which recast, which is still true, I do got to get my ID card renewed, because it expires on my birthday, which is February 13th, and it's going to cost me $22.50 to renew it. And I've been planning to try to get this done now for a while, and we'll renew it for another, I think, 3 to 5 years, and then after that, I have to go through this again. But the problem is that at the same time, like I mentioned, I'm just so afraid of getting hounded by debt collection companies for JCPenney demanding me to pay the money I don't have, that it's been keeping me up at night. It really has been. And I'm usually pretty, I usually try to take it easy and not get too upset about things like this. I usually try to put a positive spin on things and try to, figure a way I can work it out. But I don't really have a plan this month. Because I just don't have a plan. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, at least you're back in your food again. All right. So I wanted to explain it to you, to all my audience who had to listen to me sound like a dour, sour Scots person. I'm sorry. Okay, that was the case. I also sent a letter to the Donald Trump campaign as well. I sent him two. Unfortunately, the one I sent him yesterday was not exactly very long. It was not really detailed. I didn't go into a lot of detail with him. And so I wrote him a new letter. And unlike the last letter, I actually saved the letter and printed it out so that I could read it to you, and so you understand a little bit more about what's going on here. It's not really that long. If you knock my coffee over, I'm going to be mad as hell. Alright? So, cats tell me to do that kind of stuff, but they do it anyway. Okay, so let's get started here. When I wrote to you yesterday, I was depressed and I didn't want to go into details. However, I realized that if you were going to understand why I posted you my YouTube page link, that I need to go into more detail. Typos. Screw the typos. I was born legally blind. I also have some hearing loss. My family always wanted me to show what I could do. I went to college on financial aid. That was like a hedge bet, that I was hoping to find a job after I graduated. I didn't graduate from the University of Connecticut, as I failed my Italian foreign language requirement. I did graduate from a 2-year community college prior to that with my AS in computer programming. Now, I am on an income contingency repayment deferment that will lapse next year. I get $1,232 monthly on Social Security disability. My rent is $700. I can submit a full budget if you want it. Many people that are on disability want to work. We want to work that is full-time with benefits. The same as with all Americans. We want to live the American dream of a home and a family. You and I both know the Obama administration has members in the Bilderberg group that want to destroy things to create a one-world global government. They also want to kill our U.S. Constitution and Bill of Rights, as it is anathema to their agenda. Your campaign is giving them a big scare, as you are in the lead and their puppets are not doing as well, namely Hillary Clinton. What I hope you can do is bring jobs back to the U.S. that will be open to all, regardless of disability. While there are some on disability that really cannot work, there is also more on disability who want to chance to work than to be a productive part of society. When I asked about being a part of your cabinet, I was asking in a serious tone. If you want to help the disabled to get ahead, you need input from the disabled. I have been in the disabled trenches since birth, and I know what it's like. My YouTube channel has many videos about how I see the system is all fucked up. We need to work to get off the dole. An original intent of disability and SSI was a supplemental income. Sadly, it is now considered sole income, as you are not permitted to find gainful work and collect. Many of my friends on SSI get $749 monthly. There are a few rents in Connecticut that are in their affordability range. Because I get SSDI, that's why I get $1,232. Even for me, $300 plus electric bill is very painful. What can we do to help those who cannot work and help those who want to find work but are unable to do so? I await your response, and I do recommend you check out my YouTube page. Please, I know your staffers review most of these messages, and I also welcome them to watch the videos and give me a phone call. I also would like to speak with you as well. My YouTube page is http://www.youtube.com/user/bichelA4. Thanks in advance, MicheleMarieDalene, Winston, Connecticut, 06098, USA. Alright, now, is this staffer or him going to get back to me? I don't know. Well, we got a couple of things to talk to about as well. And some of the stuff is getting a little confusing. The International Olympic Committee, the IOC, has just made new guidelines for transgender athletes. The funny thing is that they no longer require surgical intervention. However, female to male transgendered individuals don't really have the same rules as the male to female. Because the funny thing is, the male to female, they want to see your testosterone level be pretty much like where his is. Because they are so concerned about doping and steroids, and they realize that androgens is a form of a steroid. And it causes them to be considered performance enhancement. Well, I realized when I was reading that news article that there was a couple things about it that I didn't really quite think that really should make a difference with. For example, if you happen to watch a lot of the sports I watch the Winter Games. I'm not into the Summer Games, okay? most of the stuff I watch is sex neutral. Okay, for example, let's take a look at one. The luge and bobsledding, they're kind of in the same league, so we'll put them together. Now, you don't need, it doesn't matter how much muscles you got in your legs, your arms for either sport. What matters more is that you have the ability to coordinate your moves and your weight, shifting your weight to keep yourself going in the track and not getting killed. Same thing with skeleton. I don't see any real reason to worry about if it's a man or a woman in that sport. Let's be honest. When you get into a vehicle such as the skeleton or into a bobsled or even a luge, there really is no difference, okay? Except, again, you can shift your weight to keep yourself from, finding yourself off the track and in the hospital. Same thing with figure skating. Figure skating does not necessarily involve, I'm talking about true figure skating, not these long and short programs now, which are not real figure skating. They're just more or less jumps and throws and things like that. True figure skating involves knowing what to call skull figures. It involves a lot of coordination and dexterity, and also takes a lot of time to learn and practice the training of the necessary skull figures to become successful. It's not an easy thing to learn real figure skating. Learning the Tanya Harding figure skating isn't easy either, but it's definitely something where male versus female strength and stamina could indeed become an issue. However, I'll be honest, not all people can do one or the other. Some might do great on one, and some might not do great on the other. And, Kat, why is it you always interrupting me? Fine, you want to lay on my letter to Donald Trump? We'll get fine. Just don't soil it, please. It's alright, it's a printout anyway. You already sent the original. Yes, I did. Okay. Now, I was thinking about in some of the sports like bobsledding and things like that is, why do we have to have a men and women's division at all? Why not just have a single bobsledding or a single figure skating or a single, instead of having all these divisions? The way the things are going to end up going in the near future, you're going to have sexual designations for people who are neutered, castrated, those who had hysterectomies, those who had their testicles removed because of cancer or whatever reasons. Are we going to have, this cat here is neutered, for example. It wasn't my choice. His prior owner neutered, not me. Okay? He's not built like Rusty. Rusty is not neutered. Rusty is all muscles. But does that mean, for example, that there should be a special competition for neutered cats versus non-neutered cats? In some, cat games that they do have those things, and kitten bowl and stuff for kittens, but I wonder if they have anything for older cats. And that's another thing, too, with the Olympics, is I noticed when I was younger, okay, I wanted to become a figure skater. I really did, okay? Okay, if it sounds as stupid as the movie Ice Castles, I'm sorry. But I wanted to be a figure skater, okay? But it didn't work out for me because of a variety of reasons. The first one is, as I had no training, I had no access to a coach, and I had no access to materials. And I had terrible ankles, and I still do. I still wish I could have done it today. I looked up to a variety of figure skaters, including Dorothy Hamill, which it turns out wasn't built much differently than me. She's a larger lady. She's larger in the sense she's taller. She's built pretty stocky. And yet, in 1976, she was a gold medalist. You don't become a gold medalist if you don't have something. And she's also from Connecticut, too, by the way. And so I was just a little kid, 1976, okay? And I remember this. And I was, how old was I? I was 8 years old. But no matter what, the most important thing for me is that I got a chance to see something that I kind of wished I could have done, but I couldn't really do. So I ended up basically living vicariously through the Olympic Games to try to satisfy my desires. But because I was a hermaphrodite for a long time, the IOC would have basically prevented me from being in the games anyway. I don't know if they would even allow a legally blind person on the ice. I don't even know what they would have done with people who were handicapped. See, either way, I wasn't really going to become as successful as a figure skater. But that doesn't mean that I couldn't dream about being one. So now with this new IOC ruling, is it going to make it easier for people like myself, younger generation, to have a chance? Or is it going to just muddy the water even more so? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what to say about this, one way or another. But I do wish, that if any young person today is dreaming about going through with this and these new policies, I personally hope it works out for you. I really do. But I don't know if maybe they've gone far enough. I think what we should do is try to get rid of the sexual splits anyway, and just make it just all a co-ed team. Why not have mixed teams in sports like bobsled? After all, it's not an individual in a 2-man or a 4-man bobsled team. It's a team of people that make it work. It's not an individual. You depend on your other teammates to help you get the gold or the silver or the bronze. And so therefore it shouldn't make a difference. I mean, it's true. Maybe for things like track and field in the Summer Olympics or in swimming relay, it's harder to say if it should be co-ed or not. But the basketball games and the hockey games could certainly be. There's no reason why it shouldn't be. But we'll have to see how it goes. I don't know. Now, the next topic is that I want to hear from you. And I would love to hear from you about your ideas and stuff like that. I'm also very happy to see that Donald Trump right now is in the lead. He's actually doing really well in his campaign. He's established himself as the top dog for the Republicans. And, Hillary Clinton on the Democrat East may be on the lead, but her score, when you compare it on the chart, if it was only one party instead of two, she would be right below Carly Fiorina. I don't know anything about Carly Fiorina. I looked at some of her videos. I don't really know much about her. So I can't really say much about her. But the Donald Trump versus Ted Cruz spat that's been going on, I think Donald, you should just forget about it, okay? It's not worth it, all right? You're in the lead. You have a chance to seriously win, and you have a chance to win by your own legitimate efforts. Let's not start with the name calling, okay? Because it's not going to help you any. Because you're already in the lead. Don't fuck it up for yourself. You're already doing well. Focus on the issues. Focus on the things that have to be focused on. And don't worry about if Cruz was, the fact that he was living a few years in Canada and all that. I don't think that's even a big deal. I mean, I know what you're saying about how he might be in violation of the Constitution, but let's be honest. Tell me one person in this United States of America, any of these congressional members or senatorial members that have actually followed the Constitution in the last 25, 30 years. You'll find out most of them don't, and those are the ones who have been constantly coming up with new policies to deliberately turn our Constitution into leaf litter, or cat litter for his cat box. I'm talking about frames here. I mean, the whole point is that we need to change things, and we need to make things right. But for right now, sitting out there and trying to drag Cruz into a court battle over his birth certificate at this point is just not worth it. Focus on the topics. Let it sort itself out. We got enough to worry about. We gotta shut down the Bilderbergs. We gotta shut down the Davos group, and we gotta make sure to get their jobs back here into this country. And we're not going to get jobs back in this country if you're going ahead and worrying about where someone's born, for Christ's sakes. Please focus on the main topics. Please stick with your guns and stay with the things that we need to do. And by the way, for the rest of you guys, I watched this, I checked the stock market this morning, and overseas, and I got a little confused because earlier today, the Nikkei was up quite a bit, as was the NCA. The problem was, why was it up? Because they say that during the cold snap in the U.S., there's been more demand for oil. What? And the point is the market is driven by oil, and it's the only reason why prices went up because there was more demand for oil. People are switching from oil to alternative energy sources, may it be electric or natural gas. So therefore, the need for oil for homes has dropped enough, in fact, that it's cutting into the bottom line of Saudi Arabia. And by the way, here's another sad truth. Saudi Arabia were originally trying to flood America with oil to destroy the U.S. shale providers. Well, they were doing that, but now they've also kind of damaged their own economy because it's below what they can use to make money, to keep their economy going in Saudi Arabia. Well, Saudi Arabia, I hate to say this, but didn't you think of that stuff in the beginning? Or was it just something out of your, or was it just beyond your comprehension? That you short yourself, and now you have to tolerate the pain. Sorry, I kind of wish you didn't have to, but that was your fault, not mine. I didn't tell you to do it. Now, speaking of fault, I wanted to talk about also something else. The economy is complicated. I want to mention that, okay? But I've also noticed that a lot of the things that I try to do in my budget are complicated. When I say complicated, it's because I so much want to try to change the way things are, but I don't know how to start. And in the finances, when you see the budget next month, it's not, no exceptions to the matter. I so much wanted to do so much, and I gotta get my ID card if I'm gonna vote in the primaries, and I do want to vote this year. I vote almost every primary, and I also want to focus on getting some more cancer eye drops. But here's the problem. See, this is the reason I get so depressed. I can't have both. I gotta get an ID card, but I gotta get the eye drops. And it is causing me a lot of hardships. I mean, $42 for eye drops versus $22.50 for a state ID card. I mean, you might say, well, that's a no-brainer. Get both. Well, I can't. I can't afford to get both. Then get one, but then I can't get the other. I need both. Without the eye drops, my eyes are going to cloud up again, I'm sure, especially my right eye, which is still barely hanging in there. I mean, that's a serious problem. I mean, how am I supposed to get my eyes better if I have to choose between the things I need for my health versus something I need for documentation so I can go to the polls? Now, that's a pretty serious problem, and it's not going to get any better just because you walk into the, and also, what about the other issues in my life, too? I mean, like I said before in many videos, is I want to make Dory happy. I mean, I really want to make her happy. I try so hard to, I want to get ahead so that we can get ahead as a couple. And I want to get ahead and do things with my time and my skills. And I can't. And so it's just really depressing. It's really debilitating. And then I was watching some things on my phone, and I said to myself, gee, how I miss having access to a satellite dish so I could go ahead and watch Fox News or MSNBC or CNBC or any one of the news teams or the Blaze channel or whatever, so I can keep up with all the new technology. and all the new what's going on in the world, and not have to constantly keep digging for it, but rather be able to, yeah, sometimes it's nice just to have the TV on for passive noise in the background, but it's not possible when you're on a fixed income, like I mentioned to Donald Trump. The resources are not there, and so you really start to feel really low, and some people get even worse so with me, and they start thinking about taking poison and doing a final exit and give up on life. I made a promise to Mother God that I wouldn't do that. And so I'm doing my best to focus on keeping my eyes on the road ahead as best I can and trying to pull through. But the sad truth is it does bother me. And it hurts. And it makes me feel like I'm so much less of a person because I can't help my friends and family. It also is worse when your own biological family doesn't even bother to talk to you. And that's a sad truth, is I would like to know how they're doing. See, my family, and maybe we weren't always that close as kids. Well, because I wasn't, okay? My family, I was always kind of a wallflower, so I stayed kind of myself. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But it doesn't mean I don't think about them. How is my mom doing? How is my brother doing? How's my sister doing? Where are you guys? Only one who ever said hi to me was my cousin, and that was it. The rest of them never said a word to me. So that really kind of makes me feel like I'm even unwelcome, completely unwelcome to being any part of my family, not by my own decision, but by theirs. And I think it's kind of sad. When you sit around here every day and you have nothing to do, it's not at all uncommon to start thinking that way. I like to keep busy, but when you have a budget like mine, it's like you can't keep busy because the resources that you could do to do a project is just out of reach. Again, it's just like I said to Donald Trump, I want a job. I want to go back to work. I want to show people my skills. I did go to college for a reason, and so, I want to see more for myself. And I want to achieve the American dream somehow. Well, anyway, guys, I think I ran long enough, but you know what? Let me tell you what. Please do not forget to comment in the comment section below here. There is a comment section, okay? And please do not be afraid to talk to me. I would love to hear from you. Comments, suggestions, kudos, complaints, gripes, whatever. I will read them. I will do my best to answer them. I will, if there's suggestions for my video topics, I will look into them and see if we can make them happen. This is your chance. I've always been nice at giving you that opportunity. And please don't forget to, again, stay safe, stay warm, and stay dry. And, of course, we will be doing our vlog this morning as well. So that will be coming up a little in the next few... see, because I did the bcast before the vlog. You're going to see the bcast before the vlog. So, okay. So just let you know that the vlog will be coming up soon. Which one's going to get uploaded first? I can't tell you. I don't know yet. That's just the nature of the beast. Alright, talk to you later. Bye-bye.